Hello. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to our lives. We do our lives every single day, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and they're honestly the best times for me. I look forward to them every single day, Monday to Friday. So if it's the first time meeting, I'm Shika. I'm a conscious mentor, and on this channel, we talk about all things spirituality, wellness, entrepreneurship, and social media. I'm also a mentor, so if you're interested in looking for a conscious mentor, let me know down below. All that information is down below. But besides the fact, it's a Q&A style, and I thought that I would go on my phone. I know I usually have it on the Instagram and on the YouTube as well. But I'm trying this differently just today because I got a lot of questions on my TikTok as well as on the comments here. So I want to be on my phone so I can bring up those questions, and I can't open TikTok on my phone, on my laptop, sorry. So I was like, okay, I'll just do this, and it's great. So let me know in the comments, guys. How are you feeling? How's everything going? If you are or always join usually our lives, please let me know in the comments. I always love to hear that. So let's kind of start. At the end of it, I'm also going to be doing card readings, which I'm really excited for. You guys know I love them. So we're going to do a card reading as a collective together, and I'm looking forward to it. And if you have any questions about manifestation, law of attraction, anything, channel, branding, whatever it may be, whatever you feel called to ask, please let me know in the comment section so I can answer. Okay, so let's start here. Questions. So many questions that I got. The first question I got, and it was from TikTok. And it was one that I actually did a TikTok on, but I want to elaborate on it because TikTok only allows you to do a minute. So I thought I would go here. So this is from Pojo Not Padel on TikTok, and she comments, "I'm manifesting my ex, and I see a few signs it's working, but he acts like he doesn't care and makes no effort to communicate with me. Will he come back to me?" This is a question I get a lot. A lot of people manifesting past partners or exes. We have to understand manifestation. What is manifesting? Manifesting is talking into existence, is creating our reality of a thing into our life, right? And it's believing into it, regardless if it isn't in our life right now. So when we're saying that we feel that they don't care, we feel like they have no effort of communication, we're creating that energy and that block within yourself and to that person. And this goes the same for not just exes, but friendships or any relationships that you have. So try not to state about that. Still focus on how am I visualizing about this person communicating with me, and also answer why, because this brings me to a great point. Sometimes when we're in the process of disconnecting a cord, such as a relationship or friendship, we go into this sense of, I want to say, unbound cords. And this is one of the cards that I have of my angel cards, but unbound cords are basically connections that we have with people where you are like, you feel like you want to be with that person or that ex again, but really, is it worth manifesting that energy back into your life? So this is a great indicator to ask yourself, why is the universe bringing you this response to someone? Why are they not communicating with you? Why are they not treating them like they care? Because if everything energetically is manifesting on your side, but you're not seeing it for the other person, this is where you have to ask the question, right? Are you manifesting someone that doesn't align with who you want in your life, the lover that you want, the soulmate that you want? And that's what I have as a response to her ex. So if you guys have any questions on that, I think that's very important. So there's two sides to answering that question. It's asking yourself to speak into existence. And second is understanding, why do you want to manifest that person in your life, and communicating that to you. Sometimes we'll find out that we might be manifesting in the wrong way, and we're manifesting someone that suits the wrong attributes of what our manifestation is. And in doing that, there's a disconnection between the two energetic fields of someone and yourself, right? So this is a really, really good question. The other comment I've heard everywhere about manifestation, but I still don't know what manifesting is. So let's kind of I want to break it down with you guys. Let's go with what manifesting is, like the dictionary basically description. So manifest, let's just look it up together, because then we can kind of build on that as a collective. Meaning. Okay, so manifestation is really to clear, observe, or the eye, display, or show by one's act or appearance and disappearance. I feel like that's not really a good explanation of it, to be honest. Let's say manifestation. That is better. I feel like that would be a better way to say that. So manifestation is an event or an action or object that clearly shows or embodies something that, especially in a theory or an abstract idea. So that's like the theoretical kind of perspective. Now, knowing that, what it means is us embodying the fact of what we want, embodying abundance, embodying money, embodying the relationship that we want with someone and the attributes that we want in our life for our higher self, right? So it's believing in the theory that our universe, our guides have full support in what we do and what we want to manifest into our life, and fully believing in that. It's basically making sure that you're energetically aligned with the thing that you want in your life, whether you have it in your life or not. And that's why it's so important when you're manifesting to speak into existence, because if you don't speak into existence, you're basically telling the universe, oh wait, this is what I want, but I don't believe in it, so let's just not fully put the energy out there for it, right? And that's where self-doubt, fear, and other emotions come through. And I actually had this question on TikTok where people actually know on our support group, our Facebook support group, which, by the way, if you guys are interested in joining that, the link is down below. It's just to meet people all across the world that are interested in law of attraction manifestation. So feel free if you want support there. It's a really awesome group. But one of the questions one of the girls in our group mentioned was, she was like, I want to manifest. I have these big manifestation goals, but I find myself doubting myself so much. And I don't know why. And if this is the case, you need to ask yourself, okay, where's that self-doubt being held? Energy is everything. So when we hold emotions, it's energetically held within certain parts of our body parts. Certain parts of our body resent to certain types of emotions, right? So that's why we have such things such as chakras. It makes us understand a little bit more about how we hold our emotions and why our stomach hurts or why our throat tickles when we say our truth and why this happens. It's all on the basis of the energy that flows through us, right? So when we're talking about, fear or scared or feeling self-sabotage of your own manifestations, you need to ask yourself, okay, what is holding me back? Why am I thinking this way? What is going on? And, to be honest with you guys, it's going to be scary. I can't tell you that it isn't. You're going to have feelings where you're like, oh man, why am I even asking myself this? I'm feeling this emotion of all the doubts and stuff that I have. But you want to observe where your brain goes, because where your brain goes is usually from an experience or something that someone told you, or judgment or self-implemented limiting belief that you want to remove from your body, right? So this is what's so important. I think it's so crucial to think about that. So if you find that you are feeling self-doubt and you're trying to manifest these big things, such as like moving or traveling the world or making $1 million or whatever, maybe you're winning the lottery, just ask yourself, or even share in the comments, what is one big thing that you want to manifest right now? Claim it, say it's yours. And then ask yourself and just observe the thoughts that go through your mind, because that can tell you a lot of what you need to work on and what you can clear for your energy. And in doing that, you can focus on that chakra, you can focus on that belief, and you can do different things such as meditations, which I share on my channel, but there's also a lot out there. You can do tapping, you can do energy healing, which I'm an Reiki energy healer, but there's so many other energetic stuff that you can do. There's so much power that we have. And this goes back to one of my favorite sayings by Deepak Chopra, and it's called the law of pure potentiality. Understanding that with manifestation and defining manifestation, we have full control of what we can create. And pure potentiality means that we create everything, including our thoughts, our beliefs, the things that we do, our fears, everything, right? So when we have that, there's an emotion that comes through. Like, I get excited talking about that. Like, think about it. When you say, I have pure potentiality to create everything, anything that I want, then you just feel this energy that kind of enlightens throughout you, right? So whenever you have self-doubt, I want you to think back to the law of pure potentiality and ask yourself, why are these limiting beliefs coming through? Why am I scared of manifesting those big dreams? What comes through when I think about those things? And confirm and reaffirm and release them energetically to source, to universe, and allow yourself to be supported. So this is really big. So we have a question here. So can I ask a question? So my Specific person blocked me 2 months ago and I started manifesting him back, but it's still not working. Okay, interesting. So I have this feeling that he is coming and I never focus on that he blocks me. Yeah, so sometimes, another thing to consider is if you're a specific person, you feel like it's coming, but you don't know why it's not coming faster. Ask yourself, is there any of the inner work that you need to do in order to have that person into your life? And I always tell people inner work is the dream work, because the more that you're able to make more energetic flow and cleanse and just clear and do some spring into your life every once in a while, the easier it is for you to just like not even put any effort out there and attract those specific people, right? So if you said that that person blocked you 2 months ago and you started manifesting them back, it's still not working, ask yourself, what is the block that's energetically happening between you two? What was the last conversation that you had with this person? What was the energy that is bringing the two chords together? How is there a block in between, right? So I'll give you guys an example. When I had my partner and he was very abusive, I left the relationship and I blocked him on anything. So I'm telling you from the perspective of being the person who, brought that information and closed it completely. And the reason why is because we ended on a bad note where I didn't feel that he respected me, right? And because of that, that energy, that hatred, that lack of forgiveness continued to go within my body. And it was not only affecting me, but it was affecting him, causing him to create more anger towards me and himself, right? So it doesn't help both people. So a great little perspective or thing that you can think of is you're manifesting, you're thinking of this person. That's amazing. That's great. Keep doing that. But then ask yourself, when was the last time that if you think about this person, what's the first thing that you think about? Because remember, thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. When we think about something, even if it's just in passing, it becomes in a thing whether we like it or not, if we're subconsciously putting energy out there, right? So if you have a perception or a judgment or a thought about someone and their self-worth, and that becomes a block between the two, but you're manifesting, you're chanting, you're meditating, you're doing all the things, then there is a disagreement of alignment of energy, right? Because you're manifesting this person, but there's still all this healing that needs to do within yourself and that person for you both to specifically attract one another. Does that make sense? So really think about that, because again, there are two things that can be happening. The attributes that you want in a person that you want in your life doesn't align with the person that you are manifesting. The second thing is there's an energetic block because the last time you guys spoke or the last time you had a disagreement or a connection, there was some disconnection and there wasn't flow of energy. And in doing that, there was a lack of one emotion, forgiveness. In order to heal between two people, whether it's through a trauma, whether someone did something bad to you, whether it's whatever it may be, whatever their reason of blocking you, whatever your reason of ignoring someone or whatever it may be, that kind of disagreement causes this lack of forgiveness and resentfulness. So you need to heal that first. And in doing that, manifesting and doing all the things that I talk about on TikTok and whatnot, because I know a few of you are on my TikTok that follow me here, but just manifesting and all that stuff. Yeah, you can chant it, you can say it, you can script it, you can follow the attributes, but it has to align energetically with everything else, right? Us as human conscious souls, we have three parts of us. We have our physical self, we have our body self, which is our physical self, conscious highest self, and we have our soul. So when we're manifesting something, we want to make sure that all things are aligned with that energy, right? So our soul is aligned through heightening our vibration. Our physical body is aligned because we are acting in existence of whatever we were doing. So manifesting a specific person, manifesting money, whatever it may be. And then our soul and our mind is manifesting because we are stating and we're thinking of the thoughts of what we're bringing into our life. And we know automatically that our guides are supporting us. We know automatically that it is coming our way. The only thing is time just has to catch up with my manifestation, right? And you also have to make sure that you're doing your end of the work too. A lot of people are like, I'm sitting there, I'm meditating, I'm scripting, I'm doing all those things. I don't know what's going on, because you need to do the work as well in order to see the growth. So I hope that answers your question. I know that was a long answer, but I really hope that helps. Let's see what other comments that we have here from you guys. There's so many comments here. I'm like trying to go through them. By the way, thanks so much, guys. You guys are amazing, and no problem, Spagpole. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other questions. This is your time to ask, your time for me to help you out. And again, like I said, I'm going to be doing a collective reading. One of the questions I said that they mean, right? Okay, so I keep having dreams about my manifestation. This is Kaylee21 on TikTok about my manifestation. And when I was talking to a person I manifested, I kept seeing 111 and something along 222. Does that mean that I am on the right path and stuff are going to make me happy? So does that mean things are going well and manifesting is coming close? So I'm actually going to do a video on how do you know if your manifestation is coming, because this is something that a lot of you guys have been asking me. And I'm like, there's so many ways that you can learn that can just confirm for you, you know, and angel numbers is one of the ways. I think I did talk about signs from your spirit guides, which is a really good video. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. But let's start about angel numbers. So I do have a video on my channel. I have a playlist for you guys with every single angel number, basically. It's called Angel Numbers Playlist. And excuse me, it goes over 111, 222 as well. But in short, 111 really starts with new beginnings. It's new beginnings. It's starting new chapters. It's starting new things in our life. 222 represents the affirmation of action. So it's affirming that we're acting towards those new beginnings, and just reminds us that our guides are totally supporting us and they are doing the work behind the scenes that we cannot see, and things are coming our way for our new beginnings. Now, it's our job for us to stay positive and not allow those limiting beliefs or negativity or thoughts or whatnot or emotions to come through and block us from these things. So I would say, yeah, your manifestation is coming. Your guides and your guides, the universe, are giving you signs that you're starting this new beginning and you're on the right path for this exciting new thing that you want to bring into your life. You just need to keep staying positive and actually believe in yourself and not have self-doubt. So short answer, yeah, that's totally fine. I think that's amazing. So I have a question. I've been manifesting a twin flame and I keep having dreams of them. Does that mean it is working? Yes, 100%. Visualization is one of the most fastest ways to manifest. It's affirming that things will happen. Me as an energy healer, and I'm sure you guys who are just conscious souls as you can, as you start to tap into your intuitiveness and your intuitive abilities, you'll start to notice that you can get signs just through day-to-day life. So for me, being someone who's very connected to my past life, one of my gifts is having dreams specifically with animals and nature. And they usually tell me signs on things. I also have dreams with guides. I have dreams with past people and past lives, people who passed away. That's kind of my connection. So when you're having dreams and your gut is telling you that this is a sign, follow it. Always confirm it. And honestly, Google's your best friend. Sometimes you will find things such as animals, huge thing, which would be a really cool video to do with spirit animal, because that's something that I'm really into. And if you guys don't know, I'm really into shamanic work as well. And I do believe that animals have huge significations of things. Like, for example, butterflies is a big thing for me. I don't know if you guys have any animals. If you know your spirit animal, if there's an animal you've been recently connected to, let me know in the comments. But spirit animals can really tell you a lot and can confirm a lot of things for you. So I always tell people that if you do see that, just look up the animal and spiritual meaning and it will come up. But yeah, I do believe that it can come in ways of representing our guides, past people in our past life, such as grandparents. It could also represent things such as signs. So if you're asking for a sign from the universe and you end up seeing a deer, and it's very unlikely to see a deer around this time of year, then most likely there's something that is energetically telling you, and it's, looking at you or whatnot, there is a sign, right? So really look at animals as a great way to confirm that. And again, going back to the dreams are amazing for that. The other question that I had here, how do I act like I already have it when I have negative thoughts? Sorry for the confusion. This is from Missy Brittany Hope from TikTok. So this is a great question. I actually did a TikTok video on this recently. So if you want a quick little reminder, you can go check that out. It's my same handle here, Shika Chica. But anyways, regardless of about that, I want to share with you guys that negative thoughts, again, come down to what I said before at the beginning. So they are derived from emotional traumas or experiences that were taught to us through our lifetime. And in doing that, we hold them within our body and our energetic self. And in doing that, it multiplies and it seep into other energetic things such as new beginnings, such as, judgment for ourselves, self-worth, all of those things. So I think one of the biggest things is when you are negative, it's always something that is coming from an energetic thought and a kind of a perspective of how you see yourself in the world. And it's hard, like it's not easy. We as conscious souls are trying to understand so much, especially with the consciousness level of the world right now, with all the shifts going on and the rebirthing, and negative thoughts come through. But sometimes those negative thoughts can be perceived by other people, could be stuff that we create in our minds through anxiety and other emotions. But these emotions mentally are, and I went over this a lot before, but for example, depression. If you think of depression and negativity that goes through there, if we look at depression, we split up the energetic meaning of the word, it means deep and pressure, right? So what are the deep pressures into our life that we have either externally or internally in our life that's causing us to fulfill and energetically embrace the feeling of depression? So ask yourself, what are the emotions that you're going through your negative thoughts? And then meditate on what are the energetic energies and feelings of this word and representation of this word, and why do I feel that way? Where is it coming from? And you guys know I love talking about body scanning, which is closing your eyes and scanning your body from your toes to the top of your head and seeing what part of your body is tingling or feels different. You'd be surprised with some silence and just closing your eyes for a few minutes how much you can be in tune of your body and know exactly what's going on. So that was a really good question, Miss Brittany. I think she had another question too. On law of attraction, how do I take action on what I want to manifest? So law of attraction means attracting what you want in your life. That's really what it is. It's bringing in the things that you want, but also the things that you manifest through thought. So when you're talking about law of attraction, it's really just going back to the connection of things such as like pure potentiality, believing in yourself, understanding what you want to bring based on your energetic field and what you embrace and put into existence. So when you're talking about law of attraction manifesting, this is the connection between existence, and existence is basically the third party that connects law of attraction and manifestation. Existing and understanding that things exist in your life is what's going to help you manifest what you want, right? So let's just take money, for example. Say you want to manifest $5,000 for your business. Let's just say you just started a coaching business. You're like, I want to manifest $5,000. Or just like anything in general. You want to bring in $5,000 into your life. We have to understand money is energy as well. Everything is energy. So I'm just repeating that because I really want you guys to understand that. And that's what's going to help you just have a eureka whenever you remind yourself of the affirmation, everything is energy. So when you're thinking about law of attraction, you want to feel money. So I'm going to say money comes to me easily and quickly. Money flows to me. I love money. Money. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to bring gratitude and I'm going to attract that. Now I'm talking into existence. I know the $5,000 is coming through, but I believe it so much so that with this energy, it's going to multiply that money. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get that $5,000. But when I do have that $5,000, I'm going to give so much gratitude and I'm going to reaffirm on that energy, because now my energy is in this positivity of money. And now I want to make another $5,000. I'm going to be like, I am so grateful for the other $5,000 that I'm giving and giving. Now, keep in mind, when you receive that money is energy, right? That money is an energetic exchange. So depending on what you use that money for, depends on what you're going to get back in the universe, right? It's what you give is what you get back. And that's what law of attraction is all about. It's attracting what you want with existence and holding that energy, bringing gratitude to that energy, and creating a multiply of an Igor, extending that energy, not only for you, but you'll also notice around you. Like, I noticed my family and friends ended up having so much abundance. They're having the similar goals as me. They're wanting the similar things. And it's because my energetic work is also rubbing off of them, because we spend so much time together, or even if they are distant and halfway across the world, it's still going to affect them, especially for ancestral healing. This is very big. So that was a really great question, Miss Brittany Hope. I love it. What other questions do we have here? How do I heal my mental health? I have anxiety and intrusive thoughts. It's hard sometimes. This is from Hadi Aleza. So, with mental health, I know for myself, I'm someone who struggled with it a lot, with depression, with anxiety for years. And it's something that you need to maintain in the sense of understanding where that comes. And one of my favorite things that have helped me heal my mental health was meditation. Our mind is going through this kind of cycle of repeating the thoughts and the things that make us anxious, depressed, and all these other mental health issues that we might be facing. But in order for us to attract that positivity, bringing a sense of being in the state of being is something that is so unique and unfamiliar for someone who might be experiencing mental health problems or mental health boundaries. So when you bring in this space of healing and being, meditation can give you a sacred space for you to really focus on the now, to calm your mind, to allow yourself to have more control of your emotions. And that's where it comes down to control of your emotions. And that's where it comes down to the second tip is understanding that we are the full creators of our emotions. We are the painters of our emotion. Everything we perceive is different, right? So for example, if I'm looking at this pen might be a beautiful pen to me, but this pen to someone else might be an ugly pen and they might not like it, right? To someone else, this might be a luxurious kind of pen. For someone else, this might be not a luxurious pen, right? So this is just a great example of perception is stated differently for every single person, right? And it's going to be reflected in a different way depending on who you are and your energy. And I think this is super, super important. So Manish Karki says that I feel so much tense when I deal with my situation where the other people are trying to use me to utilize resources. I love this question, and I'm really happy that you brought this up. So what do you do when you have friends and family that are using your energy or you are facing an energy vampire? So using your energy might be people who are using you for money, using you for support, not giving that energy back. The energy vampires are defined as people who, when you hang out with them, they feel like you've run a marathon, you feel negative, you don't feel good. It's very common for empaths, for you conscious souls who are empathic and really understand the difference between walking into a room and feeling good energy and walking into a room and not feeling good energy. And just that exhaustion that you're feeling and that negativity that goes into your force field. So the first thing I would say is like, creating boundaries. And this card comes up when I think of my angel deck. Boundaries are what are the things that I'm going to accept and what are the things that are going to affect my energy. So for example, with everything going on, I have family members that talk about their fears through information by informing me. And I understand and know as an empathic person, it affects my emotion a lot. So what I do is I respect the boundary. As soon as they start going down that deep hole of negativity, I just say verbally, "Oh, that's really interesting." And actually, I'm just gonna go and head out. I have a couple things I need to do, but it was really nice chatting with you, and we'll talk soon. So I created the boundary that I don't let them use my energy to keep going down this negativity. And it's understanding this one specific word, which means no, which sounds weird, but I went over this in a live while back with you guys, and it was talking about how to use the word no. And a lot of us have the problem of no. And I think this is where your answer comes in, or your question is, how do I utilize, where people are taking advantage of me? It's by creating boundaries and letting people say no with the confidence. And I always say, if you have a hard time creating boundaries, ask yourself, why can't that person utilize your resources? Why can that person treat you this way? And explain it from that perspective. So I'll give you a perfect example. I had to do a live collaboration with one of my good friends. And that day I was so exhausted emotionally with everything going on. My sister had a similar experience. I was just crying and crying and crying. And I was like, I can't go on a live and talk normally because I know I'm going to be so emotional and it's not fair to my audience. So what I did was I chatted with her and I said, "Hey, look, like I really want to do the live with you. I have a lot of things that are going on right now. So do you mind if we do it next week?" So creating boundaries, allowing them to decide, for you to decide how far do they go in your energetic field? How far will you let them take in your energy, and how far can you go with that? Now let's kind of talk about energy vampires. These are people that when you talk to them, they're just so exhausting, and they might be best friends, they might be family members, they might be people at your work, whatever it may be, but you feel drained, and you do not look forward to chatting with them because you know this feeling, but you do either love them or you care about them and you want the best for them. It's just, you don't know how to get about that. And I had this a lot with a couple friends where it was just so exhausting and I didn't know what to do. And one of my favorite energy healing techniques that I like to share with people is before hanging out with someone, I always bring my crystal in my pocket. And one of my crystals that I love is black obsidian. Any of the black crystals are really good, or even like oh my God, I'm forgetting this one. Black obsidian. If you go online, there's a whole bunch of them. Most of the black crystals are actually amazing. Hey, Cheryl, amazing for protecting your energy, which is really good. So when you have that, put that in your pocket. And even a better one is do a meditation for 5 minutes and pretend there's a capsule of white light covering you and protecting you before you go out and hang with people, especially if you're not sure what the energy is like. So to answer your question, Manish Karki, I think it's very important for you to make sure that you communicate, use your throat chakra. I feel that a little bit is like communicating and not being fearful of what the person's response is, and coming from a space of love. Coming from a space of love is saying, hey, instead of just telling them you're using me, say that I think it's better if, you do this and I'll do this, and kind of creating that boundary. And again, that's going to be very important because you can take in that linger of energy and it can affect other parts of your life, right? So that was a really good question. Thank you so much for asking that. Okay, what's the other question? So I did a little one on, let me just lower my volume so it's not going to blast when I chat with you guys. So one of the questions that we had that I responded was, yeah, you can definitely ask questions. You guys can ask questions in the comments whenever you want. So how many times a day do I manifest? And someone responded, said, is it okay to use affirmations? 100%. Affirmations is an amazing way to confirm that people are speaking to you, to listen. And affirmations are great ways to manifest your intention into your day. So if you're focusing on like 2 things that you want to manifest into your life, affirmations is what's going to help with. So, excuse me, I think it is so important to use affirmations 100%. What other questions do we have? Here is, wait, is this supposed to be a person we know or characteristic of someone who you can meet? So my post that I did on TikTok, for you guys who don't know, is how to manifest a specific person. And the reason why I mentioned how to manifest a specific person was because, a lot of you guys have been asking, manifesting a friend, I'm manifesting a boyfriend, I'm manifesting a soulmate, my twin flame, whatever it may be. And a lot of you guys asked, do I focus on the characteristics? So when manifesting a person, there's a lot of videos out there. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I haven't done many videos on this specific person because I like talking about it. However, I feel like it's one of those things that if you guys ask me to do, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like there's so much to that question and it depends on who you're attracting to. But in short, yes, the basics of manifesting someone specifically is focusing on the attributes and believing that that person is coming into your life. You can even do it visually. If you can't really visually think of the person and see what they look like, you can just focus on the attributes and be grateful for them coming into your life. So that was a really good question. When people say script, I can type it on my phone. Yeah, you can type it on your phone. I do say that pen and paper is really where you're going to get the real manifesting and the results when you're scripting. And if you guys don't know what scripting is, it's writing down what you're manifesting in present tense. And when you're manifesting or like writing down anything in present tense in your life and claiming it into your life, claiming it into existence. And I do say that like it is important for us to manifest those things. But at the same time, focus on making sure that you can do pen and paper. It's just so effective. And you can put it in your altar with your other crystals and give them intentions too, which is really fun. Cheryl just asked how to manifest about a crush. So great question. How do you manifest a crush, a soulmate, a lover, whatever it may be? I got this question a lot with, again, specific question. I know you guys are asking those things. So ask yourself, what type of crush do you want? If you know the person, then you can explain them as a person, and you can explain what their attributes are and visualize them. If you don't know the person, but you want to bring someone into your life, you want to focus on what they are, who they are, what they would do for you, giving gratitude. Why do you want to manifest them? And scripting is a great way to start that. Then I hold accountable to holding that emotion vibration into the present tense right now and live life as if that person is already into my life and create this excitement. One of my favorite ways of manifesting someone is actually dancing to celebrate them. So I'll put music on and I'll dance around. And you guys know that I used to do like on Instagram, like the dancing aesthetic dances, which I want to start up again on the weekend. I used to do it every Saturday, but just dancing and celebrating person that you want to manifest is a great way to heighten your vibration and to quicken the manifestation process. So I hope that answered your question. That was a really good one. How can I manifest a text? So I actually just responded to that on my TikTok, so you guys can go check that out if you'd like. Is a wish fulfillment for me. Yeah, I feel like manifesting, and don't say it's a wish, right? You want to talk in present tense. It's a really big thing. Like, I would even, if you really want to push your manifestation, don't say I am manifesting. Say I am so grateful for blah, 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 blah. State in present tense. When you're saying I am manifesting, you are claiming that you are waiting for the manifestation, right? But we want to manifest it quick. So this is for anything. Manifest it, claim it, state it, it is yours, and that is how it is, right? You do not hold accountable to self-doubt or fear. You hold accountable to the emotion of you being excited for this person and creating gratitude to create that vibration towards your energy field, and that is important. Question from Maya Rowe. So how do you manifest them? Do you just do it in normal, write it down, qualities about them? Basically, yeah, that's what you do. So if you already have them as a friend, you just really speak about them in present tense. Again, scripting is super important. And I actually talk about this in one of my earlier videos. So you can go through my manifestation and it's very, very helpful. So yeah, no worries, Cheryl. I'm really, really happy to help out. Okay, so I don't want specific person, but specific race or unknown. How do I go about that? So if you don't know what the person looks like, that is fine. But if you do know what the person looks like, then you have more to work with visually through your meditation, right? So I think that's really cool. Peace and love to you too, Amasal. I think that's super, super crucial as well. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, so I will be hosting a new moon meditation this coming Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I know you guys love the full moon, and it's going to be all about releasing. In Cancer with the new moon, it's all about releasing. I'm going to be releasing a video on Friday before it, just telling you guys 5 things that you need to know about this new moon, and it's definitely an emotional one with it being in Cancer. So I just wanted to share that with you guys while that came through for me. Here is overthinking for small issues in life bad? How to deal with them if you like to overthink? This is a great question. So how do you stop overthinking about things? And this is something that I find, like, if you feel like you're stressed out about things, about money, about work, about people, whatever it may be, how do you stop overthinking? And it really comes down to state of being in the now. And I would really recommend you guys, if you have this problem of overthinking, go read the book by Elf Tolles, The Power of Now. It talks in dialogue about the things that we think about, all these questions you guys have on how we can be in the now and why it's so important for us to be in the present tense as opposed to focusing so much on the goal of, the future, is because we're setting up ourselves for the aspect of comparison, the aspect of judgment, the aspect of what society wants as opposed to what you want in life, what your family wants instead of what you want in life. And that can cause a lot of damage, right? And we can see that simply with the millennial, just generation, where, their family came from a space where we had to work super hard and all those things. And then they came in the space of they had to kind of work above those expectations, right? And what causes that issue is the sense of lack of self-trust in ourselves, self-trust in our energy and what we can do in this world. And it's almost like we're chasing after this. So we go through these whole processes of like going to school and all these things that we're chasing for entitlement. And at the end of the day, that's why we have this experience right now where a lot of the millennial generation is finding out, hey, this is actually what I want. And I was chasing after something that I actually didn't want in the first place. So this is just an example, but I really wanted to ask you guys that the thought of overthinking comes from focusing so much on the future, and it can actually set us up for lack of success, where we're chasing after the better, the next best thing. And that is after pleasure and not in the state of being, not in the state of happiness and being content with what we have and gratitude. If we focus on the past, the emotions that focus on there is trauma, negativity, right? So where that comes from, that's where a lot of healing comes in. So if you've noticed you've been emotionally attached with overthinking from the past, that's a lot of releasing that you need to do. Releasing, letting go from the shadow self, the ego self. And there's a lot of things that come through, like inner child, your teen life. We always have those parts of us, even when we're as adults. Like those things still come up. And that's why it's so important to honor those times. And that's why I say I'm so grateful for us to have a moon where we have the opportunity to work with the energy and to release every single month, not once, but 2 times a month, different things depending on the astrology and what brings in the alignment of the planets. But that matter that we have, that is so amazing. So if you are overthinking, ask yourself, how can I stay in the being in the state of being, being in the state of being. And the great thing to do is doing it throughout the day, not only just meditating, but sometimes after a call, I will sit there for 3 minutes and I will just breathe. And I will just focus on my breath. And what that does is it focuses on me and myself, and I'll do it throughout my day. I don't only do it in the morning, at night. And that is how you the mind from thinking about all the things in the past and the future and come down to here. And you'll notice that you'll be better at decision making. You'll be better at your intuition. You'll be better at manifesting easily without even thinking about it. Things will just flow to you energetically. Because remember, I think energy. So things will flow much quicker if you are able to stop overthinking. So I hope that answers your question. That was a really good one. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to put here. I'm just going through all the questions that I've gotten recently. Okay, keep asking manifesting star. Okay, that was just a comment. The other question we have, keep seeing 111 and 444s. I do have a video on my playlist on that, so I'll let you guys watch that. Can this work? Can manifesting a specific person work if you haven't seen them for 2 years? 100%. Obviously, people can change in 2 years, but manifesting them based on focusing on their name is a really good thing, and focusing on what they look like. So a great technique is actually taking a picture of someone and looking at their picture and then meditating on them and their energy and their aura and who they are, and claiming what you want to manifest with the universe based on that person, and just ending that meditation with "it is so." So that's a great kind of technique, little tip for you guys if you want to know that. You guys are so amazing. I just love going through your comments too. It's really nice to just like have so much amazing positive people, and what you say is just, they're just so amazing. So I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful. What about 404? What does it mean? I will go and do an angel. I will do an angel number video for that for you guys. Also, please let me know in the comments what angel numbers you guys want me to do next, because I would love to know that. That would be amazing. I would really love to do that. What if you sent a message and they haven't responded? That's on a basis of a couple things, right? Because if we're waiting, and I love this phrase, and I think this is so great for you guys. It's called say it and forget it. Manifest it and forget it. When we're waiting for something so much, we start to tick-tock behind the time. Right? And remember that in the aspect of consciousness and being in the state of now, we understand that time doesn't exist. Time is used in society for us to be able to do things, right? For us to go to work on time, to do all those things, which is great. But when we focus so much on the time in a sense of waiting for it, it causes the time to actually go much slower. So instead of doing that, really just like say it, manifest it, forget it, and live in the existence of it. That's the biggest thing I will tell you. Looking at the time, waiting for it. I used to do that a lot of the times. Would not manifest it at all. And when I started to learn it and practice it and teach manifestation, I started to know this, that, the importance of manifestation could happen so quickly. Like, you guys have the power of manifesting much more than you think, like a lot more once you tap into that intuition, once you tap out of that self-doubt and those fears and anything that you have. So I would say stop focusing on waiting for them to respond. Focus on knowing that they will respond and going on your day and raising your vibration and excitement that they're responding. So that's really good. I keep seeing 27 everywhere. Again, let me know what numbers you guys want. I will keep this into consideration. Hi, I met someone. Okay, so Ingrid Quartz, hello. How are you? I hope you guys are doing super well, by the way. Thank you for all the beautiful questions. So Ingrid asked, I met someone a couple months ago. That right off the bat, we had met at 3:33 a.m. Angels calling. That's amazing. And our connection seemed like nothing I had experienced before. She disappeared often, but says she's interested. I had a feeling that she was a twin flame, but the constant disappearance and contracts she claimed interest was has me confused. What would you do here? Great question. So Ingrid, the first thing that comes through for me is that, and it's crazy because I'm chatting with you guys right now. It's 4449. Like we have angel numbers speaking to us as we speak, which is crazy of the recording. So the first thing I would say is, number one, you're meant to meet the person. Number two, ask yourself, is the timing meant to be? Number three is, just for you guys to know, twin flame essentially is someone that you're meant to meet with, and it's two souls that are meant to have in your life. This only happens for a few people. Not everyone has a twin flame, just a heads up. And you meet this person, you guys are basically identical, but also very different. And you're at different points of your life. And the purpose of meeting each other is actually to help one another out. Now, part of your soul journey, if you do meet your twin flame, is for you to understand how you're supposed to help them and how they're supposed to help you. In doing that, sometimes this can be a battle that goes on for a long period of time. So what I feel like is this initiation and maybe asking source and universe or guides about a clarification answer. And if your gut said, hey, this is my twin flame, most likely it is. If they have confirmed they're the twin flame as well, most likely it is as well. But the first thing I would say is the disappearance definitely deals with the sense of there is a lack of communication, which is quite common for twin flames. So in that sense, I think it's very important to know that it might be hard and you might be the person between the two of you if this person is your twin flame. And I feel like, again, it's just a sense of timing for what their soul purpose is to coming into your life, but they will come back into your life. And I do feel like you're going to be the one that's kind of chasing after the relationship of that twin flame relationship. And you're the one that's going to keep you guys stable. The other person's probably getting their life together and sorted it out. And that's why their energy's all over the place. And there's this lack of commitment that's going on. That could be also a cord connection relation and also a message that you need to know. So that was a really good question. I definitely would say, like, keep that in mind. 333 is a sign of direct connection with your angels and guides. And sometimes they are meant to be our soul tribe as opposed to our twin flame as well. Another thing to consider is 333 is direct ascension of our connection from universe. So sometimes it could be a message that's coming through for us. So again, there's so much excitement going there. I'm really excited for you that you were able to connect with that person and that twin flame. I will say that it is all about timing when you connect with those people or your twin flame or your soulmate. So just consider that. So I hope that answers your question, Ingrid. That was a really good question. How to respect others' opinions, even when you know that the person is wrong on the fact. This is really good. So I find this is a great question if you find people that you're trying to help out in their life, but they're not helping themselves out. This is a great question if you are, trying to really just support the person, but they're all the way in the wrong area. And you have to understand that it's not you, it's them, right? It's them not being able to be open to being comfortable and wanting to be criticized, right? And that comes with self-confidence. And what comes to me is your solar plexus. Solar plexus is all about self-worth. So how to respect others' opinions, even when you know that the person is wrong, comes down to, what is your relationship of being someone who is wrong? What is your relationship of your inner child? And this really derives, what comes through for me is that your inner child, our first moments as a child, as young as 2, 3 years old, is what confirms and allows us to be the adults that we are today. And it comes with a lot of things that are taught to us in our household and what we see, what we absorb around the world that we live in, right? So when you're talking about, when you want to respect other people's opinions, but you know that the person's is wrong, and there's this sense of like pride, which comes from our ego self, coming from that situation of love. So teaching this person through lesson is a very, very effective way of someone who doesn't like criticism or doesn't like to be wrong, because maybe when they were younger, they had their older siblings or people around them that always thought they were wrong and they had to prove themselves. So it's that survival mode that comes from this alpha energy that comes through. So you want to make sure that you are not jeopardizing or making them feel attacked. And the best way to go about that is from teachings. So, for example, me being someone of my younger self, I used to be always told that you're wrong, listen to me, this is the way that things need to be done. And it was because of the household I was in. And that was just their way of disciplining because they were very hard and they wanted the best for me. When I got older, when I started to go into school, I hated criticism and I would have this anger that would come through because I felt like my voice wasn't being heard. Later, I found out my throat chakra was blocked and also my solar plexus. So my self-worth of not being able to speak my truth when I was younger, and probably what you've had or the person has as well, how to respect others' opinions, is because your opinion was never respected. And in doing that, you have this sense of this wall that comes up of energy where you really, really want to believe the person and to be open with them, but there's a sense of resentfulness because your inner child has been bruised so much with not being listened, with not feeling self-worth, to kind of go into that survival mode. You know what I mean? So I really suggest doing some inner child work is really helpful for that. Finding out when was the first initial time where you felt like you weren't respected with your opinion, healing that and coming from a space of love. And if you're on the other side of someone who is like that and it is about them instead, come from a space of just teaching through love. And I talked about this in my video today, where it's like, how can I thank the universe for teaching me through the eyes of love? When you think of people that you don't like or people that your boss or whatever it may be, come from a space of love because it allows you to just eliminate everything. At that point, when you can see someone as a brother, as a sister, as a family member, regardless of the situation, instead of hating them for the attributes that might not align with you energetically, it automatically heals that person too, right? So I think that was a really good question. Thank you for asking that, Manish. If you guys have other questions, please let me know in the comments. I'd love, love, love. And we're going to do a card reading shortly. I'm just doing a couple more questions. I lost my track of questions here. I think we had one more. I love these. These are so, so good. Every day around 3 p.m. I feel drained. Any thoughts? Iman. Great question. 3 p.m. is really is a very, very strong number. And again, it's the angel direction, right? I think your angels are trying to ask yourself, how are you mothering yourself? How are you taking care of your energy right now? How are you focusing on you? I don't know what's going on in your life, but I do feel this energy of you're exhausted. There's a lot going on. And if you notice that you are feeling tired at the same time every single day, that might be a sign as far as representing that number and that synchronicity, but also just saying how can I take a break? And I'll give you a perfect example. I went camping this weekend, and when I got back, it clicked to me where I was like, man, I need to take care of my health. I need to take care of my wellness, right? And sometimes the things that are going around us right now in our life can affect us energetically without us even knowing, even though we feel like we're doing all the self-care things that we need to do. So I would really advise you guys, if you are feeling that way recently, ask yourself, what can I do more of for my wellness? How can I make my wellness a priority? How can I create boundaries to ensure that I have a safe space to focus on my wellness and to just let go? So exhaustion is a very big representation of how are you mothering yourself on a daily basis, not just once a week or whenever you have time, making it a priority as much as it is to be on time for work. It's a great question, Iman. Let me know if that answers your question. Please be hydrated. Have some water in between. Yeah, no. I'm good. I've been hydrated all this time. So I'm really, really good. I appreciate you guys being so concerned and wanting to know the best for me. So we're going to do card readings. Woo! So exciting. I am going to grab my, where is it? Here. I'm going to grab my sage and burn. And then I want you guys to all just kind of get comfortable. And we're going to just do 3 breaths together to ask for a sign from our guides, our angels. And I'm really excited. Awesome. Great, Iman. Yeah, I think from what I remember channeling wise, it was the fact that you needed to focus on your energy. So I'm really happy. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose, closing our eyes. And out through the mouth. In through the nose. Hold. And out through the mouth. Just feeling that body and just focusing on your breath. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. I just want you to think of one intention that you have today, and we're just going to repeat together: guides, Mother Earth, universe, source. Please let us give a sign, give us a reading of what we need to know for today, for our intention for today. And we give gratitude for this amazing opportunity to connect with you. Thank you. Take one deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then just open your eyes when you're ready. Awesome. So I'm going to do chakra cards for you guys who, this is our first time doing them. I do readings, card readings every day in our lives, usually at the end. Sometimes I'll do individual ones, and I do private individual ones as well, but I only do a limited amount just because energetically I am a busy person. But crazy how that card fell out, and I can't wait to share with you guys. But we're going to see what our guides have for us. So I'm super excited. What are the signs that are, whoa, did you see that card fly out? What are the signs that our guides have for us today? It's beautiful energy that I'm so grateful to share with you guys. And we have one more card that our guides have for us, and it fell out. There's two actually. Amazing. Okay, so we have 3 cards. You guys won't believe the first card that fell out, and it aligns so much. We got the Keeper's Earth, and this is beautiful because I know a lot of you guys here, I did feel a lot of you guys needing to connect with your guides a little bit more, especially right now where the world is rebirthing. The biggest thing right now for Cancer, the Cancer new moon, this coming up Sunday, well, Eastern time will be Sunday. Depending on the world, it depends what time for you, is really understanding that we're not alone and we need to release ancestral patterns in this world. We've seen so many shifts happening in the world and everywhere that we're going through. And the biggest thing that we need to do is to release ancestral patterns. And our guides will be able to be the answers to that. Our guides will be able to tell us what we have to release. Our ancient ancestors are with us, even those that we have never met before, that are part of our line, that are part of our family line. And they have so many things that we can learn from them. So ask yourself and ask your guides in the next coming few days. Just say, guides, what is it that you need to tell me? Show me a sign that I'm not alone. And whenever you feel a sense of doubt or if any emotions that you're feeling and you're not sure why you keep feeling that, come through and just really focus on that. The second thing is service. And I love this card. This comes from our creative space. The service card represents the sacred chakra. And here is asking, how can we be creative with our energy and come from a space of being service to our ancestors and our family through healing the inner work and doing the inner work that we need to do. And it's not going to be easy, but in doing that, again, keep in mind the Keeper's Earth, which that card fell out again. The Keeper's Earth is all talking about that we are never alone. We are never alone. Like whenever we do feel alone, we are never alone. And this comes from this card, Dissipating. It actually came through for me the other day. I actually want to read this card for you guys. This represents the solar plexus. I feel so connected with this one for you guys. So Dissipating, I am more than I think I am. And this is so beautiful and so on point because this new moon energy that's coming through right now is all about that. It's knowing that you are what you are. It's knowing that you're on the right path. It's knowing that you are so much more than you can see what meets the eye. And this really comes to be aware of being imprisoned by your story you tell. Do you intend to do what you say? So focusing on, am I doing what I'm saying? Am I doing what I feel? Or am I being caught up with the doubts of my self-worth and going to your guides for support, going to them for them to help you to release that part of you and to understand that, there is more to you than you can see, and you're about to see a lot more of that in the next coming few weeks, even month. So be open to that. And again, connect with your ancestors. They're there. So it could be someone that has passed in your life. It could also be someone that you have never met. The other one is the priestess, and it's saying, how can you lead in your community? How can you call and step up to lead? So I know a lot of you guys are probably feeling this sense of this bigger purpose. And I went over this before, and oh my gosh, these cards are amazing. You guys are amazing. Growth. So this comes from the heart chakra. A lot of really balanced cards we have here already, and I haven't even finished the reading. So here it's really talking about, how are we being called to lead in order for us to grow to our higher self? How are we being called to do something that is beyond what we're doing currently right now? How are we being called to step out of our comfort zone so we can grow more than we can even see right now? And how can we stop being the victim of our own emotions, which goes back to our dissipating, that not focusing on being aware that we're not just holding ourselves back and self-sabotaging our full capability. So this could be leading into a new business plan or business growth. This could be leading in a new relationship. This could be leading of like, I am feeling free. I have released so much in the past couple months of being at home and working on myself. And in doing that, now I'm being stepped to lead in spaces that are unknown, but understanding that you need to come from a space of service. And that is where your guides will help you a lot. The other one that I got, and I get this all the time with you guys, is double mission. We are meant to channel and uplift humanity as a whole. We are so connected. Each and every single one of you guys that are on here are connected, that are watching this, are connected with one another, even though you haven't met. And that is the reason why right now we're all feeling similar emotions. And this comes with the despondence, which is great. And this is the third eye. Guys, we are getting such amazing cards. It's crazy. And I want to read this one. So despondence really represents, by taking action, I found the road out. So understanding that when we are able to lead, when we are able to tap into our growth, our self, and not be a victim of our own limiting beliefs, we're able to service in a way that we are understand where we need to get out. When we release what no longer serves us, we know how to get out of our situation. We know how to get out of our head, right? And here it says, Iris teaches us that the only route, and Iris is just the story, but I'm not going to read that for you guys. It's just this part that I think you need to know. The only route out of stagnation is motion. If we are doing nothing, we must accept the consequences. So ask yourself, are you causing yourself to hold from your anxiety, from your emotions, from your self-doubt? What our universe and the guides are telling us here is really, how are we able to step out of our emotion and our rut and take a leap inwards? How are we able to say, hey, today I'm not going to feel this way anymore. I'm not going to feel like a rut. I'm not going to feel exhausted. I'm not going to feel this guilt, which this card fell out again. Sacred chakra, guilt. I am done feeling guilt to my own emotions. It's time for me to channel that energy and that growth to make sure that I'm able to get out and just do those new beginnings that I've been talking about for so long. And when you give gratitude, which this card fell out, when you give gratitude to the whole situation, when you give gratitude to what is going on, to the growth, to the things that are shifting, to the things that are shedding out of your life right now, you're going to be able to see that, it's time. It is time. It is time to do all the things that you've been wanting to do, but you've been so scared to do it. It is time to speak up your truth. It is time to align your energy. And this brings us to our last card, the awakening. This is our next card from our angels and our guides. Energetic upgrades. So understanding, how can we upgrade ourselves? And the card, this is a neutral card. This is rejection. So this can fall within any of our chakras. And I'm going to read this one to you guys because I think it goes, again, aligns with what this goes with everything. They won't use me. So the artist is summoned to the jury duty, but they won't use him. He doesn't fit their concept of what is a juror should be. He paints pictures no one understands. He lives alone. And they want somebody who will put himself in other guys' place. But he will never do that. He doesn't get mixed up with anything anymore. They honor his individuality when they invite him. Yet when he appears, they reject it by not using him. So here's a great story, because the lesson of the inspiration of the story is you don't have to be on the inside track. Be true to yourself. You will not be unhappy. Rejection is a spirit of protection. So sometimes when things don't work out, there's a reason why it didn't work out. If your ex isn't responding to you, there's a reason why your ex isn't responding. If you didn't get that job that you applied to that you really wanted to, there's another opportunity that the universe has aligned for you. If there is something that didn't work out recently in this whole, like, think of the first thing that comes through for you, that rejection that you felt, that feeling of I wasn't good enough and being a victim to your self-doubt, let that go, release that, because right now you're going through an energetic upgrade, and everything in your life, not everything that was aligned before is not going to feel aligned the same anymore, because you're evolving. You're evolving so much so. And sometimes when we evolve, we don't feel like ourselves. And I think a lot of us can agree with that, right? Like right now, there's so much going on. We don't feel ourselves, but we know that something big is coming. And that's why for the first time in a long time, we're being able to communicate with our guides. We're being able to connect with them. We're being able to have this amazing connection that is that I'm just so grateful for, to be able to channel that for you guys. So ask yourself, through this upgrade, this cellular upgrade of your energy, everything that hasn't worked out for you is for the best, because something else is coming your way. Now let's ask the guides what that thing is, and that is balance. That came out. Balance. How are you being able to balance and not have guilt for yourself? How are you being able to balance the growth that you have and give yourself some time to allow your energy to align? An energetic upgrade is actually very hard, because you might feel more tired. You might feel more emotional because you're releasing what no longer serves you in your energetic field. You might feel that there are friendships and people that don't align with you anymore, and that is completely fine. That is completely valid emotions. But allow yourself to be of service of your new self, of channeling and uplifting humanity the way that you're meant to do, because that is your sign. That is basically your soul mission in this lifetime. And that's why our ancestors are so present lately in this time, because they're trying to tell us what is meant to happen. So this is a beautiful reading. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what cards spoke to you. What cards were like, oh my gosh, that was the confirmation I needed. Guys, I really just want to say thank you. You beautiful souls are amazing. I'm always so grateful to have you guys be part of this. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a beautiful reading. And this reading applies whenever you watch it. It's not just for today. It is whenever you are meant to come onto this video. It is meant for you. There's a reason why you are here. There's a reason why the universe brought us together. Please make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, like, and comment in the comment section. It does help a lot, and it lets me know what other topics you guys want. If you have any other questions, it takes 2 seconds and it helps the channel a lot. And again, we're trying to manifest. We aren't trying, we're doing, we're manifesting, we're making it happen. We're manifesting 1 million beautiful souls to support this 2020. And to help with a conscious lifestyle, because there's just so much purging of energy happening and so many upgrades. And I feel it is my time to teach in that space. And I'm really happy to do it with you guys. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for you. Thank you for your energy. We're celebrating you today. I'll be back here at 1 p.m. Eastern time for another amazing live for you guys. This Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time is a new moon celebration. So I'll see you guys there. As well as this Friday, I will be releasing at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time 5 things that you need to know about the new moon in Cancer this coming Sunday. So thank you so much. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so, so, so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Bye.